Captain's Log, Adaeeure Part 6, I think. Minor improvements to the base, moved some things around, nothing particularly big or special or interesting. If we just quickly pop down here to say I've continued to move, I've got a bigger fuel tank down here, I've moved the two smaller generators down here as well. Got all our fuel and pentaxid in there, CPU and extender there, so hopefully now if the base does get hit pretty hard it won't go offline because everything keeping the base running is down there and much more protected because like those are the crop plots, so above that there's nothing, so everything in here once they get destroyed, and they don't have that much health on them, they've only got 25 health, so that's like one rocket will blow that up and then all of this is exposed. So it's nice that I've now got like a concrete roof and then a bit of terrain and rock over the top of this to protect that, but this is now pretty done in terms of what I want this base to be. It's you know, it's sanctuary, it's home, it's got everything we need in it, it can produce food, it's on a habitable planet, it's home. But we obviously want to go out exploring, we want to go and see the many different places not in that map, but in this map, in our local system. So I feel like this is obviously where we're going to go first, because it's 2.4 light years away, so we won't be going there today, but that is going to be the next sort of big objective. I installed a toilet under there and a door. We can sleep now, which is nice and great. Always love a good base attack in the morning. Well, I was going to then say we started work on the capital ship that you can see there, but we will have a look at that in a second. First, we've just got to quickly fight off what I hope is just going to be a troop transport. No, nothing? Oh, there we go. Missed. Good thing is they don't shoot at you. These are much more dangerous in terms of losing your base. Because obviously the troops that land can enter your base, destroy the core, and nice, I thought I was going to land straight on the capital ship. They can enter your base, destroy the core, and like come on. Have I got to wait to reload to enter? And then obviously you can take over your base, whereas the drones will just destroy it. So I had my first ever world, the first ever time I left. I went AFK, I went to go and make a cup of tea, and when I came back, I was dead. And I was like, oh shit, well, I was in my base, so I was like, oh, well, I guess I've had a base attack. I spawned back in my clone chamber, only to find that the room that my clone chamber was in, I could no longer access because the base was no longer mine. So I was then stuck in... Nice barking. I was stuck in my my own base because it had been taken over by the Zyrax. So I had to god mode out of the wall, just so that I could, because I couldn't even destroy it. Because I had no like weapons or anything on me, because I spawned back at the clone chamber with nothing. I didn't have my tool belt on me, I had nothing. So I was like, well, I'm not going to sit here and just starve, like wait for 4 hours to starve, so I can then spawn outside and then fight my way in, but... So yeah, the troop transports can deal more irritating damage, but the drones will definitely destroy more. But enough of that, this is the capital vessel. Haven't thought of a name yet, I generally don't name things until I've finished building them. I wait for a bit of inspiration, but that's obviously the boarding ramp from the ground. This is going to be our hangar. We'll eventually, once I've made some more steel blocks, we'll close all of this off. It's more or less the same design as, you know, the one I built on Adaeeure, but much bigger, and I'm not going for the whole Sathium, I keep saying Sathium, Xenosteel blocks. What I have done with Xenosteel, the little that I had, I've made this, what is it, a 5x5? 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. I've made this 5x5 tube, if you like, so everything of importance is going to go in here. We've got a generator, a fuel tank, we're going to have oxygen, CPU, and everything that we need to keep the ship running is going to be kept in here, so hopefully none of that will get blown up. Then obviously cockpit there, this whole room's going to be sort of like habitation, so we're going to have the med bays and fridge and beds, and my plan in general is to have this living quarters. Out here, I'm going to have, like, yeah, this is the boarding ramp, but I think either down the side or at the back, I'm going to have like 2 layers of plant grow plots, not to grow a lot of food, but just to grow like 1 or 2 of the essential plants, so that I don't have to constantly be coming back here to get food. And then obviously I can fly my vessels in through here, I can bring hover vessels on, and then I'm going to have turrets around the outside, and that's pretty much going to be that. But I built that obviously off camera. It's literally, it was just building a square. It took me like 5 minutes. Once I jimmied, there was a lot of falling off of scaffolding, hence why I wasn't recording it, because it wasn't particularly interesting. But the actual laying of the blocks, since I found out about the whole control click and drag technique, took me about 5 minutes. So yeah, we'll work on that at some point, but we've been going for about 7.5 minutes yet, and I haven't. This was supposed to be the introduction. For today's mission, or the rest of today's video, we want to go and find one of these cutters that we saw early on, I think, in part 2. But we want to go and see if we can fight one. So I remember seeing them. Where is my escape pod? Right. I remember there one being at the escape pod, and I remember there one being. There's the Heidelberg. I remember there was one floating around there, so let's go and have a look around there. Fortunately, the fog's cleared. But let's go and see if we can find a cutter, fight a cutter, and yeah, just generally see what happens there. But we'll be back whenever we find said cutter. Would you look at that? Now, I've never fought one of these before. I think I've been, again, in one of my... Actually, it wasn't my single player. It was the first multiplayer server I was ever playing with my friends. I was playing alone one night, flew down onto a planet in our solar system, and just got wrecked. My ship got destroyed, and I got stranded, and had to send a little SOS signal, and my mates had to come and get me the next day, and it was all fun and laughter, but I think this was what took me out, or something along these lines. So here we have a Karat class cutter, Zyrax. It's not spotted me, it's not clocked me, but we got our shields up. We've got our turrets, so we've got our turrets extended, we've got our turrets extended. We've got rockets and a minigun, let's go. I'm about to say, it's not going to fire back, it is, yeah. Oh, wow. Oh, my shield's going to tank this. Not that worried. Take the 2 gun turrets out. Oh, I realise there's 2 up top as well. Now what's going to be quite cool if I can pirate this. So if I take the gun turrets out and then take the engines out, I might be able to whack down my own core and yeah, steal it, which I think would be quite fun. Shields are 50%, so we've got time to take this turret out. We're now good, right? Well, I kind of actually want to, let's turn those turrets off. We'll let it run away. We'll let it think it's going to escape. Let's auto group it all. We go to weapon, gun, rocket. So it'll be under turret. We'll just go to custom 1, and then weapon, we'll put custom 2, and then we go back to main, and we go minigun, rockets, and then that way we can turn turrets on, but we can leave the minigun off, and that way we can just shoot with our own guns. But if I try and take the engines out now, because I don't think I'm going to be I'm not going to be able to land on it whilst it's moving. If I take its engines out, maybe rockets are just going to be efficient here. I don't know how many rockets I've got left. That's the only issue. Oh, well, 500 is fine. Right, so that is no longer moving horizontally. So we can get out. Right, okay. Can we blow our way in somewhere? I guess there are blocks there. Oh, okay, there's a block there. Yes, I know I'm feeling hot. Deal with it. Oh, okay, goodbye. Rip. Okay, we're dead. We're so dead. Oh, smooth. Oh, did we survive? Whew, we survived. Just. Oh no, I'm dead. I've got like. Well, I didn't really think that one through. That was all going so well as well. That was going to be a perfect mid-air heist. Right, let's see what we can do about getting back up to my ship then. 25 health. I need some plant fibers and some plant protein. I can make myself a bandage and I can fix my injury. Right, okay, well, that's going to be kind of useless. Ventress is up there. Oh, Talon Village. The problem is I can't really take anything from this terrain because Talon will get mad at me. So, I guess we'll just sort of start to walk back to the smuggler's hideout. And hopefully we can find some resource. Because if I can find myself a little bit of iron, I can put down a portable constructor, and I can then essentially just I can build up what I need from here. If I put a core into that thing and a cockpit, I should be able to fly that back up to the Ventress. So I'm hoping that one of these rocks down here will give me iron. Tell you what I'm also going to need. I'm going to need a survival constructor because I can't get plant fibers or I can't get wood with this multi-tool. I can drill using the drill, but I can't. Yeah, I can't mine trees. There's no defense tool. But that seems pointless now anyway because there's plant fibers there. So that's plant fibers. And these look stone. Copper. That's copper. Close, but not exactly what we want. We'll take it though. Well, this is proper survival. Fell from the sky. I hope that's got enough fuel to stay up there. Come on, just need a little bit of iron. At least my health isn't going down, but I am going to be... I'm pretty positive the injury progression with broken leg is that in about 68 minutes time, I'm going to become mutilated. If I don't fix my broken leg before then. And when you become mutilated, you walk at like 1 mile an hour. You can't sprint, you can't jump. And if that happens, I will be stuck out here. Got no food either, so it looks like I might be... I mean, I can eat some veg. I was about to say, it looks like I'm about to die out here with starvation, but where was all this copper at the beginning of the game? I do want to be heading towards the smuggler's base. See if I can make it back home, I can come back and get my stuff much easier, but I was just hoping that I could build everything that I needed to get myself back together here without having to walk back home. Because that's long and I can't run. But yeah, just looking at the time and I'm thinking that I'm probably going to have to cut it here. So we're going to continue looking around for this iron. And as soon as we found this iron, or if we get all the way back to base without finding any, we'll just re-up back at base. But that was, I guess, a failed success, a successful fail. We'll come back and get that stuff eventually. But yeah, until then, peace.